patiently, very disciplinedly. Because if this goes over the 14, 16-minute mark, that's when Geek Fam can really start to pick up the pace.
Yeah, BTR bleeding slowly. They have his timid now. But so far, Eman still leading the gold standings, of course. The Lord has respawned, and now Geek Fam wants to really contest this probably soon because Supercan is ready for this battle, and now they're trying to really push back Bigetron in this fight.
Oh, I don't know about this, right? Far lane secured by Bigetron. So now, yeah, Geek Fam, we force to somehow not contest.
Yeah, they don't have resources for this as well. I think they are just losing in the positional sense. Ceritzo is just peeling for the team, absorbing the damage for Ceritzo, but the Lord is going to be taken down quite slowly. Ray is ready with the retribution as well, ready in his hands.
All spells are up. BDM by Lugo with the backside. What the heck? Iman deleted. Baloyski now last insanity. Ray finds the Lord as well as Iman will be taken out. Geek Fam with the swing of momentum. Kui now backing off. Luke though stunned up, trying to soak in, still surviving. And there you go. Geek Fam with a clear win.
With the initial pick, with the waves as well, all the forced errors, that was Bigetron's Lord to win. And Geek Fam, they committed. This is what experience shows. For Geek Fam, especially Beloyski's calls, man, he knows that these waves are not going their way. They'll rather just go in, commit, try to look for that team fight. Even despite Beloyski getting picked off in the side, the call remains, go in and 50-50 that Lord. Now with the enhanced Lord, it is all shifting back. Marquis has the power spike that we were waiting. That was the win condition for Geek Fam. Marquis getting the Malefic Roar. Now with penetration, the front line will get shredded. And remember what I said earlier, if Geek Fam are able to push this game over from 14 to 16 minutes, this is when Geek Fam can really turn the tides. And that's what we're seeing here in the 14th minute. That Lord swing was massive. It definitely turned the tides a bit quicker for them. Game fact, by your new application, GoPay, Brody becomes Iman's victorious hero as Bigetron defeated Evo's Glory earlier while charged though. It seems like they want to look for a fight, but they are going to push back. So yeah, it is a winning hero if they are able to snowball. That was the case against Evo's Glory in the Hope Cup. Right now, Geek has been holding him down. Yeah,
Bruno is slowly getting online there for Marquis. He is trying to stack up those items, and look at the gold swing. Now 1k up for Geek Fam. A lot of turrets as well, down as well. That mid-side turret is able to be taken down by them. They are looking for this turret bottom side, and now Ray jumps in at the front line. So this is so much sustain coming in from Geek Fam.
Oh, Daytona as well. Come on to it, Sorizo. Take a look at the damage, man. Ooh. He's untargetable for a minute and flickers out of the way. Geek Fam, good initiation. Again, I feel like the last 3 fights was just the creativity from Geek Fam.
Yeah, I have to agree with that, man. The creativity has been phenomenal for the side of Geek Fam, and I would say decisiveness as well. They've been very decisive in the approach to every single team fight, even a Lord Dance where they shouldn't have had the winning position. It was Bigetron who had, again, 3 waves pushing, especially the side wave, slow pushing into the base, but Geek Fam just made the decision to commit, to 50-50 it, and to hold it down. Special props to Ray for being the one to actually stand up there and being confident enough to hold it down from Supercan, who was trying his best to get that Lord to reset.
Yeah, the Divine Glaive also ready for Moreno to really just soak up more damage towards Geek Fam, but they have to hold longer. But Geek Fam, the more it holds longer, the better it becomes for them. Especially the items always getting ready now. Key in the brush, trying to really hold off all of the pressure coming in from Geek Fam, and now they're everywhere on the map. They have priorities in 3 lanes, up top, mid, and bottom as well. So Bigetron has to really hold this. Lord Dance coming in soon because the Lord has spawned, and I think Bigetron, they want to contest this, of course, because they want to have a momentum swing, but it is all for Geek Fam's taking.
Let's say this time Geek Fam try to stabilize. Avoid on the backside. Oh my god, the true damage from Sorizo actually hurt him. Now, Geek Fam will fight this. All spells are up. Oh, take a look at that, Key. Jumps in, no fall damage though. Here, last inside in the backside. Good win, scrunch into delay, but Luke trying to buy time. A ball taken out, and Luke in the front side will be taken out as well. But Loisky bought the immortality, but what can he do? Just soaks in damage. And Marquis will find and destroy the immortality, but it seems like it is all the red robots. So Rizzo last insanity just to intimidate Geek Fam.
Loisky's gonna go down as well here. I think this is a good pick off. And of course, Bigetron take everything as they lose nothing. Geek Fam, 3 players down. They are now bleeding.
Let's see if they can actually end this. The base turret in the mid lane is very, very low. They'll have 2 waves if they are able to shove that top side, but they're going to go in.
No clear power. Ray taken out as well as Marky. And the red robots in this best of 3 will strike first.
Yep, they win it after a momentum swing, a shaky one at that. But of course, for Bigetron, they hold on with all of the advantages they have. And Geek Fam, it was very close for them to really bring the tides around, to come back in that game. The gold swing was theirs for the taking. 3 lanes open up, the priorities that they had, the waves crashing in, but that Lord Dance, it was just a difference maker for Bigetron. They were able to hold on and to sustain, because then again, they had all the advantages coming in, the items as well, already ready for them. And for Eman, it was just about him shredding the damage, giving the damage from behind as Brody as well. A safe pick in that position or in that context as well.
You're really, you know, the Bigetron special, always making their fans a bit tense into mid-game when they have a big gold lead.
Making you tense.
The Biggie throw, we used to call them in Season 11.
True.
But it seems like they have learned from their mistakes. And though it did look very scary, because I have to tell you though, that was I was really impressed during the play-by-play segment, because I looked back to take a look at Marky's items. Mans had no winning nature. He went for the Malefic Roar and went straight for the DHS. So he had that much confidence in the front line to hold on. And unfortunately for him, in that last team fight, that was exactly what crumbled first, the front line. The front line got poked down. Sorizo was able to force a boy back. They were able to get the front line so low to a point where when the Yuzong dove back, it was 3 people against 1, and the 2 members of Bigetron who were facing the 4 members of Geek Fam in Geek Fam's backline was not winning. It was an all-out win in that last team fight for BTR, and that call as well. Very risky to just go for the end, but they knew what they were doing. Very well calculated.
Yeah, but I think ignoring the win of nature as well is very fine for Marky, because I think he trusts his expilators, his frontliners. I mean, Luke was just jumping in with the Black Dragon form, and for a few times it did work.
Yeah.
But for that last fight, it was just, you know, a key opening up every sort of angle, the initiator as well. But again, that is Geek Fam having to bow down to Bigetron, but that's still game 1. We still have 2 more games to play if needs be, potentially. But I think Bigetron wants to look to close this down, because I think so far, their early phase and that laning phase that they have, 3 lanes winning as well. So I feel like they have the advantage, they have the confidence now to really close out the game.
I mean, I agree, right? I think for that last bit, it was from Sorizo going ham on towards a boy, right? With that, they lost a trade Geek Fam side, and that just destabilized the formation of Geek Fam, which opens up opportunities. Keep jumping in. Luke, yeah, sure, he play makes a lot in that game, but it becomes repetitive, right?
Yeah.
That is where, again, Bigetron, they just reset they are robots. They will find updates how to defeat Luke, and that in that last performance, in that last fight, quote unquote, that is what happened. Luke got repetitive. He was just going ham, and they took care of Luke. He finds an opening, and it was just all in shambles suddenly for side of Geek Fam.
Yeah, I mean, Eman also had the Sea Halberd as well as the Divine Wave and Glowing One coming in from Moreno. So I feel like they are, you know, predicting where Luke wants to go. He's always jumping to the back line, and the Eternal Guard was always ready to peel Moreno self-sufficiently, so they don't really need the roam to really back him up.
Yeah, I think I really like your point there, Gani. The fact that, you know, for Geek Fam, it has to be unpredictable. These are the initiations that they win. When they are able to layer their CC together randomly onto Eman, it makes it so that this guy will be taken down. But in this game, man, Eman, early game presence all the way to even late game. But I will have to say mid-game was a bit shaky there in terms of positioning. Not his fault completely, because the enemy team had Beloy and Yuzong just constantly jumping on him. But the fact that he was able to itemize in this way, I mean, come on, give him respect, man. The Haas Claws, an item that you would not expect for a Brody, but he had so much gold, he just sold his boots in the end to get the Haas Claws. He got the Rose Gold earlier as well as his 4th item, or actually 5th with the boots, we don't count it. It's just phenomenal, the way that he's able to think on the go. I think what really surprises me the most here on the Brody is the fact that he knows he's going to be performing in lane. That confidence to bring the Master Assassin. It gives you a little bit more damage when you are alone in lane against your opponent, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. The flicker advantage as well compared to the Purify. You saw it here with that flicker, able to go back and forth. But massive props, honorable mention to Key, because he was actually my vote for player of the game here. Phenomenal initiations every single time we saw in the collapses, and even that turtle steal that could have actually made it a bit harder for BTR to look for the snowball. This is the exact moment where it looked very grim for BTR. Geek were able to find Iman there with a final slash instantly to the side, and this was the turn. This is the real turn. Ever since this play happened, they were able to really control these initiations around the Lord even. And you can see just how amazing Luke is on the Suzong. I mean, he's up against this Brody, which is already really, really tough. The fact that he was able to make it work a couple of times is insane. This last initiation by Key, though, no follow-up. It did force a boy and Marquee to a spot where they had to back away. And it did give an opening for Chorizo to just spin around and melt them down 1v4.
Yeah.
He was alone there. He went in and backed off. And then obviously the side attacks over to the final call.
Was able to isolate the carries and the frontliners as well with that initiation 3-man stun. And
That's
this
him.
is the man, Iman, of course.
The man.
Yeah, he brought that Master Assassin as well because the roamers were just around the map, and he was like 1v1 with Marky. Marky had to lose that early goal advantage, so that itemization as well from Iman was pretty much insane. It was top-notch from Iman, proving his quality here in Mpl Indonesia, but I think Geek Fam still has something on their cards. They can still fight back.
I mean, again, yeah, solid debut from Iman, of course, right? Yeah. And seeing the itemization, you mentioned it earlier, but I want to also shout out, man, with the roamers. I think they itemized very well, good, and solid as well.
Yeah, I think Key as well with the items. The immortality as well really just gives him sustain if they need to really prolong the fights. In a few scenarios that they had, that Lord Dance as well, they really need to really survive as long as possible. But for Beloy, I think he did get a few clutch slashes, but it was just not enough because Bigetron were just all around their faces, not stopping, just putting the constant pressure. So Beloyski was, he had too much on his plate to really take over,
Yeah, he had to be the one to make these big brain plays together with Luke, and unfortunately, when it does get predictable into that final team fight, when they were able to force Geek Fam to initiate out of concern of their backline, that's when Bigetron were really able to step on them. Both winter trunches already completed as well from the mages here. And yeah, for both the roamers, I would say very good itemization for the most part. This is usually the standard as well, though. The Anticuras and the Athena Shield, Dominance Ice. It's literally just what we usually expect from this. But I do want to talk about the lack of, if not any, of the healing reduction items aside from the Sea Halberd from the side of Bigetron Alpha. They know that Geek Fam have a lot of sustain, but they were really banking on the fact that the Sea Halberd is going to be enough. Brody is going to be the main focus for us to peel. So why do we need to put in so much of our resources to go for Dominance Ice, to go for NOD? We saw one glowing one, no anti-regen there, just literally one Sea Halberd. Meanwhile, on the other side, we had a lot. We had Dominance Ice for the side of Beloy, and also Luke, he was building to it. But here as well, man, the carry, rich guy. If this, that's actually Chorizo as the carry. Interesting. That X-Borg with one item dealt more damage than a full damage Brody and Vixana. Bro, X-Borg, holy moly.
Broken question mark?
Just War Axe.
Just War Axe.
He just had War Axe, bro. That's it, right? Like, I'm looking at it again. He had War Axe and a dagger. He got a dagger.
I mean, X-Borg is just, I mean, for Chorizo, it was just dealing the damage. The chip damage as well.
Yeah.
It was like constantly just burning them down. And you wouldn't expect him to really just rile that much damage, but it was just enough for Chorizo to really prolong most of the fights.
There's prolonged team fights, right? I think this is the reason the X-Borg works so well, especially when you have a burst type of MM like Brody. It's because he's the one dealing the constant damage. They were actually, when we take a look at their damage output, it was almost all burst. It's the Vexana and the Brody.
Yeah.
So having someone like the X-Borg providing the DPS kind of role in the team, very solid.
Yeah, it was very solid for them as well. But of course, if you guys really want to, explore new options of cell phones, we have one that is really, really one of the best, top-notch, only one. It's gonna be Samsung Galaxy S24 series with Galaxy AI as well. You can really look good in those pictures as well. If you wanna buy it now, it starts from 583K. You can scan the QR code to find out even more. You have cash back up to 3 million rupiah.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of money.
40% discount as well on Samsung Care Plus. So if you're scared, hey man, if I drop the phone, what's gonna happen? Well, if you have Samsung Care, then everything's gonna be handled. Shout out to my friend Abstract because he has changed my views on the world.
Whoa.
He has transitioned. He's made me a Samsung believer now. The S24 supremacy. Thank you, Abstract.
Not before? I
was not. I was an S23 man.
True.
But after S24, Abstract, thank you.
Yeah.
24.
Yeah.
Whoa.
We have a new e-wallet application as well. It's going to be GoPay. Download the application now because you're going to get cash back up to 20K. And you can also top up your diamonds from this application. It's a one-stop application for all payments, transfers, no problem. You're going to have to pay your bills, your electricity. I've used this to pay my internet, to pay all of my electricity. It's very, very easy and very effective, as well as very convenient. And yeah, just scan the QR code, download it in the App Store or the iOS Store. It's going to be very easy for you.
Exactly. Celebrate with MPL. Celebrate MPL Season 13 with, of course, the GoPay app, right? Win total prizes worth of hundreds of millions by participating in various special activities. Various
It's a lot.
SA?
special activities.
Exactly. I think especially for the international viewers who maybe are thinking of coming to Indonesia, instead of trading cash, just use GoPay. You can connect it with your credit card and it can all work. Even street vendors accept GoPay.
Yeah. I've been using it to
Cashless
just
era.
come to MPL Arena. You don't really need to kind of like top up. It's pretty hasty. But yeah,
Oi, Baloy!
we are going to get ready to the second draft pick. Baloyski, still with that look on his face, he knows that Geek Fam still have that kind of like opportunity to come back.
For sure.
We did see that they had that mentality to really just swing the game around in a few occasions of the game. So I feel like Geek Fam, they have to draft probably to their to their priorities, to their power picks, and that I think that Arlet Flex really just limited them to really activate the picks because that Lapu Lapu ban just threw Luke under the bus.
The Lapu and the Tig, right?
Yeah.
The two heroes that can actually capitalize on that Arlet Flex a lot. That's why I had to give credit to BTR right after the two bans because I was expecting MM bans. Maybe, the Bruno, the Claude.
Yeah.
They went for Lapu Tig. They're one step ahead of me. Previous match recap, though. Let's take a look at this. The damage Delta heroes. Holy moly, I'm still surprised. 86,000 damage for Chorizo compared to Luke there. The total gold as well. This is actually surprising, right? A boy was able to actually farm better than Moreno, get more gold.
Yep.
He was the real carry in this team for the early to mid portions of the game. He was the constant member, and Ray as well. Shoutouts to him, man. The fact that he lost the first turtle to a roamer, you would usually expect, especially from a rookie jungler, once you make that kind of big mistake, it's almost over. Your mental is gone, but for him, he played really well after that steal, especially in towards the Lord. They were able to turn around on BTR because Ray held that Lord like that Lord was. I'm trying to look for something here. Like the Lord was his love for MLBB. There you go.
That was his for the taking. But yeah, of course, Carry emerges as a strong hero in the laning phase, making her suitable to face Eman. But now the question becomes, will they give that freedom to Eman? Because I think Geek
I wonder
Fam,
who made this KTV.
because I think Geek Fam really just, did not really prioritize in trying to push down Eman. And even if he did, get pressured on, it's always going to be Moreno and Key backing him up. So all of the backups was there to really cover up for Eman, because Geek Fam were trying to really snatch that gold, snatch that lead from Eman, but he was surviving, and that early kill towards Marky really just boosted his performance going through, stepping on a breeze towards the mid to late game. But so far, for Geek Fam now, they really want to draft this towards their power picks, maybe get out the Lapu, or probably just, counter picks towards a Bigetron strong side,
Yeah, that is the question from my side, right? How will Bigetron approach Game 2? Will they draft a similar approach, or will they be creative, right? Most likely they will switch sides as well. So again, approaches will vary. But seeing game 1, I feel like it wasn't the draft that was the problem. It's just, yeah, that mid, right? Usually mid-game is the problem, the main issue for Bigetron. Almost we saw that again in Season 13.
Yeah, boy was the backbone, I think, for that team as well. But for boy, he had a lot of moments under his cards because of that ultimate. He was able to probably steal a few ones, but it was just not enough. And that Lord Dance, that drive-by coming in, that was just the heat of the moment.
The key drive-by?
Yeah,
it's more of a walk-by. He wasn't even driving by. He was going as slow as he possibly can, just smacking that turtle. Oh my god, that was ridiculous.
So it's all a Bigetron's for the taking now. Of course, in terms of draft, I think Bigetron did draft a solid one. That Ruby was banned. They snatched that Guinevere in further own hands, and the Guinevere as well was really significant to trying to zone out all of the frontliners coming in towards the carries of Bigetron. And Keskute so far, I think, has done a pretty good job in the draft. So I feel like that could transition into a better one in the second game.
For sure. I think in the first draft there, we saw the Gwyn being utilized completely as a flex pick. Then they finished up with a very strong mid lane, an XP lane with Vexana, X-Borg, and then that Grok pick and Brody.
Yeah.
So that's the adaptive style that BTR kind of have now, right? Even if they lose out in the trio mid department, say against the Barats earlier, we saw, Superken wasn't really concerned of the turtle. He was just like, all right, if the turtle gets taken, whatever. If Key somehow steals it miraculously, it's a bonus. And that's exactly what happened. They got Iman a lane that I would say it's not even like a big win for Brody against the Bruno. It's a skill matchup, and they trust him that much to be able to go for the Master Assassin too. That's why the Master Assassin is really impressive for me. Like, my god, this guy is going for the Master Assassin just to get that early lead, and he actually managed to do that. Though, I will have to say, despite Carry being a very big hero for Geek Fam to pick to kind of slow Aman down, if Bigetron do get the red side, I think we won't see the carry ban for the side of BTR. I think they're going to try to force Geek to go for the carry first pick, and if they do, BTR will definitely try to leave as many prio heroes open so that they can get 2 over that carry, right? Maybe a Gwyn plus an Arlet over.
That could be possible.
The carry. And Iman there, I don't know what's going on there. He almost got like the cables, man.
Don't want to get stuck in one.
Red suit you, Iman.
Red does suit him, Iman.
Yeah, he looks good in
I
it.
agree.
Bigetron suits him.
Oh,
it's a bold statement.
It's I don't think it's a bold statement. I think it's a lukewarm take right now, you know?
But yeah, of course, and I think one highlight that we could also explore is that Ray. He was pretty late to most of the team fights, especially as the Barats. He really had to frontline a few times, and most of the times when he arrives, he was just shredded down pretty easily. So it was always Luke trying to, peel down for the carries. And for Beloy, he didn't really have that much momentum to really just make that play. A few slashes and that's it. Because the frontliners were just shredded down pretty easily by the build from Iman as well. And damage coming in. That Vexana from Moreno was also very, very significant in trying to prolong team fights for Bigetron, push them back. And they had all the priorities, the pressure coming in for Bigetron. So that was for Bigetron to win. And now we will enter the second drafting phase for the match between Geek Fam and Bigetron, in which Geek Fam now does have the first pick. They have 2 bans, Matilda and Joy, but for Bigetron they will deny the Ruby and Guinevere this time.
Yeah, I think they're going to ban the Nolan next, leave the carry open. If Geek really want to prioritize the carry that much, and as a first pick, we'll see how that translates, yeah. Because for BTR especially, I don't know if they want to risk it that hard, right? If they don't ban a Nolan in order to carry here, then it means like maybe they want to try to pick it up for themselves and maybe pick a Herod later, but I think if we can't see Nolan open, they certainly just go for the first pick. Carry will not be too big of a concern for them. And yeah, they just go for the X-Borg ban. They want to leave either the carry or the Nolan. Now BTR, that's their decision. Do they want to ban the Nolan, stop that flex, stop the Herith from the gold lane from appearing, or... Yeah, they
on the edge of the void.
They will ban that Nolan, of course.
So carry first pick, question mark? What do you guys think? Gwyn is taken out, Matilda is taken out as well.
And this gives carry that agency that is much needed, especially in the hands of Marquis, and it's also a good gold laner to blind pick because of the sustain that she has with the dash as well, and with the transition towards the late game, I think carry would be a very, very important role. Important hero would be picked. It's gonna be
Oh,
CC.
wow. First time.
Okay.
Yeah, we forgot about CC. We've overlooked about CC because usually it's auto ban.
Yes.
So yeah, CC will enter the Land of Dawn here, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in Season 13 at Bigetron. Okay. What will they do? Carry and Arlet? Carry and Gwyn?
I think Vexana still holds a bit more prio over
Yeah.
the carry here. They can go Vexana carry. I think that will still be a pretty good combo. But aside from that, maybe Vexana Arlet I'm thinking of right now.
Yeah, I
I've been
think
waiting
CC
for
would
too
really
long.
give Luke that much viability in terms of winning the lane, or sustaining the lane rather, but they're going to pick the carry this time for Iman, so snatching
will
it
find a
off the
way,
hands of Marky and
even
giving
when all
Vexana
is
again
forlorn.
with the priority with his 2 picks. I think it will really enable Bigetron to win out the fights and prolong it as well, with the sustain and the CC coming in from the Vexana. It's going to be enough for them, but how do Geek Fam respond to these 2 picks?
The Arlet's still up for grabs. The Fairness also something that I always forget now in this meta for some reason, but it has been banned, hasn't been picked ever so far in MPL Indonesia. Fairness is amazing, knowing a boy as well, signature pick. This is definitely going to be a scary pick, and this is actually, according to the KTV, keys to victory for Geek Fam. Got a damage dealer for Luke, it's a CC, and now a boy gets that Fairness. Now all they need is a setter. They can go for the Fredrin first, some solid utility for the jungle. Well, it's to Bigetron as to how they want to retaliate here against the Fredrin. They want to go for something like a Martis here, possibly.
Yep.
Or I think they want to go for... I want to say they could go for something like a Barats too.
Yeah, Barats would be fine as well. Might not be a pick Barats again. 10 out of 10 from Berko. And Super Ken, or rather, yeah, Super Ken with that Barats will enable him to actually just give more prior towards the lanes. But they're going to be ban Natan. And I think Natan would also be a very good pick for Geek Fam. They need that late game carry, because I think the damage from Geek Fam is not going to be that, much significant and much impactful compared to the picks coming in from Bigetron, especially with the carry and Vexana. So they need something that can ultra carry them in the late game. And I feel like Natan denying that would really just, kind of cone down the options and the picks for Geek Fam later on in the draft.
They might even ban the Herod next. Like, who's to say? They already banned the Nathan, but they all go for the Grom first. The Nathan provides maybe a bit more penetration against this front line. The front line's going to be completely disintegrated if you leave a Natan open like that. Again, for a Natan to actually come forth, Geek Fam has actually already met that condition, a damage dealer, physical damage to replace the Natan, and it is the CC. Oh, some history here, Team Griffin, 2021 to 2022, and then this is where I actually knew him from, 2022 to 2023, GPX, and he went to Dewa United, playing in MPL last season, and now Geek Fam lone. Though, bans Paquito.
Minotaur maybe for Bigetron?
Yeah, the Minotaur is going to be a very good pick for
Sustain,
Bigetron.
they need Peel as well, alongside the Barats. Adds more crowd control that I feel like this composition is also lacking.
Yeah, I think they need extra initiation as well, because the Vexana doesn't really open.
The Arlet
it's not
could
going
still
to
be
really
a good
open up the
flex.
war. Yeah, Arlet as well could really be on the cards for Bigetron, so they really need that initiation coming in. So that Minotaur is also ready because of the heroes getting banned. But it's gonna be Arlot picked, and I think that Arlot will most likely go towards a roam.
I think so too, because I think Geek Fam are trying to like sniff something out, that Lance ban.
Yeah.
You'd expect Barat's pickup 100% jungle. No, I think they're trying to call BTR into bluff.
Yeah.
The Barat's gonna go XP. I think that's what Geek Fam is thinking now. So they're gonna have to. Man, this comp is ridiculous, by the way. The front line. Oh, no
Or-
Nathan, no carry.
Is Bigetron trying to make Geek Fam overthink?
That could also very well be the case for Geek. Right now, I'm thinking of Claude, right? Because someone who can actually shred through these tanky.
They need DPS.
But even
alongside
then,
CC.
in lane, the Claude's gonna struggle quite a bit against the carry here. Claude's the safest option.
Biggie!
Oh, Ixia!
Oh my lord.
Ixia is a good choice, especially when you have cover, not just the Nether Realm, but the
Time
Biggie,
journey.
the time journey.
Yeah.
Oh my lord. Okay. Ixia.
I think Ixia then will be picked for Marky, and a pick that we underlooked as well. So I think, in terms of damage, I think Ixia could still really, output that much with the full barrage as well. So the team fights would be easy for them. But it's gonna be funny!
They read it out! Oh my god!
My god.
The Lance pick was the Lance ban. They did a good job.
They
oh
did
my god.
snip it, but
The
they did
Fanny.
not expect the Fanny to come out.
Oh my lord, what a time. Geek debut, Fanny debut as well. And it's just the second day of season 13.
Spicy, of course. How will that Fanny pick be utilized? And will it translate into something really huge? But if you take a look at the stats here, early to mid-game potential, it's in the hands of Geek fam. I mean, they did try to turn it around, and that late-game potential as well were in their hands, and they did have that momentum swing. But of course, Bigetron is always ready to close it out. They're able to really just dictate how the game went, even if that glimmer of hope was in the eyes of Geek fam. But here we go back to the land of Dawn. We dive, as it's going to be the second game of Bigetron against Geek fam. Will this funny pick bring enough damage and firepower in the hands of the red robots?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, of course, welcome back to the land of Dawn. As Geek fam, they will try to force the series on towards a game 3, but Bigetron, of course, the red robots, they defeated the Geeks in their first game. They look to sweep the Geeks in the second.
Yeah, Geek has to really, hold on and key now. Already tried to give crowd towards mid. A boy still alongside Beloyski, and this is pretty unique as well for Beloyski to really play the Diggy, because we know him as this playmaker type of roamer, and now he has to play some sort of supportive, but that is much needed to really cover the Ixia. But I think we do have action here for Key.
Key just trying to harass Beloyski, right? Trying to force a spell maybe, and there you go. Key trying to be extra aggressive, but oh my god, Ray is there. Force Key to use the flicker, but Ken now trying to find the trade, but no, they will not. He will not succeed.
Yeah, he gets the flicker off of Beloyski as well, so I think that will be crucial for the first few minutes. They want to put pressure towards that mid side that a boy is currently trying to really withstand.
Yeah, we're actually seeing quite a lack of agility is usually for... Oh, what?
Good night, a boy. That's first blood. Over on to the side of the red robots. Iman now 2v1. And it seems like Iman now will have space. Oh, did he miss
They did.
minion there? Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did not get it. So now, Super Ken, of course, with the first blood towards a boy. How significant will that be in terms of the laning phase coming in for Geek Fam in the first few minutes?
Oh, it's quite significant here. A snowball, Link Fanny in the early stage of the game, in towards the turtle. Before the turtle even spawns, usually you would expect, the first turtle to be the snowball point for the enemy team against the Fanny so that they will be able to control purple buff. But even here, Ray is getting bullied in the turtle pit.
See here, the first turtle take. Oh, good knockdown. Super Ken jumps in with the... My god, hit and run Turtle. Cerezo though now
Luke
with the flicker trying to escape, but take a look at the DPS from Luke, is not able to be enough to take him down. Top lane, Iman K will try and find a kill on towards Beloyski, gets it, and Bigetron again winning trades.
Yeah. They're winning their weak side and they're winning their strong side. What? Turtle should not be the main target for a Fanny, but if you are able to get your purple buff right before the turtle, yeah, it's a good bonus. It was all set up by Cerezo and Moreno. Man, that 3v3 bot, and for Geek, they were trying to play kind of both sides as well, but they ultimately lost both sides. Trying to play strong side for the Ixia, they can try to bully the carry, but this is the reason why carry is a good pick for both these teams. That weak side pressure, and Beloy is getting shredded again.
Oh my god, time draining flicker as well. Super Ken will secure the kill. Super Ken trying to give out damage on towards market. It seems like Bigetron, they want to keep the pressure. Flicker from Moreno with the Terrify as well. Securing the kill. Key though will be the trade. Moreno now stuck NetherRealm to secure another trade. Moreno taken down to the front side of the map, but it's actually Beloyski. Supercan trying to assist Amon, but it seems like Amon will be enough, will have enough space to escape, but Supercan finds Beloyski, so Rizzo jumps into the fray, but it seems like Geek Fam, they will not want business. Luke now looking to try to shake things up, but no, enough spacing for Bigetron. It seems like now it is actually, he isolated himself, and he will be taken out. Vengeance, not enough. Supercan is there as well as Key to secure that kill.
Yeah, that was very important for him. Key now stuck with Beloyski. Beloyski has to run away, and this Fanny pick just seems to be significant, but Ray tries to reinitiate, and Key just walks away. And that Fanny pick, I think, just gives them ease towards the backline. Noting as well, Marky with the Ixia is not going to be very mobile in these team fights.
Oh my god, King now looking for an opening perhaps with Geek Fam. They are trying to pull Rizzo, gets a taunt as well, but it seems like damage will not be enough just yet. Moreno though, with the Eternal Guard, not enough to take a boy down just yet. Turtle take, let's see, Geek Fam seems like he does not care. Flicker, good flicker! Wow! Last Saturday play as he finds a double. He, what the heck? Supercan jumps in with the cables as well. Ray now isolated in the turtle pit, but gets the retribution. Now it's a 4v1. Ray looking to slice and dash, but flicker from Rizzo will secure that kill. Luke escapes as he is the last man standing in that area.
I mean, my goodness, Key did that blind, right? That definitely looked like it was a blind final slash breaker into the bush. Marky versus Iman.
It's gonna be Iman. I'm trying to chip down Marky. Marky is able to position himself, but now Iman having to put the pressure on himself. He's just left alone in this island, and he is looking down on Marky. And I feel like the pressure from BTR is just not stopping Bigetron.
Yeah.
It's really just in their faces again. A replication of game one with the spawning pick now. Just gives them priority in trying to catch down the back lines. And now Iman will have some backup. Beloyski is stuck in a rock and a hard place, but Key is ready to jump into the fight.
Oh my god, the intimidation, and now Beloyski even forced to use the time journey. Key now though, taking some heat, trying to survive as a boy will shut him down. Bigetron, again, they are looking for Trace, so Rizzo with the flanks here, looking for a boy now caught and will be taken out. And Mon secures his third kill in this game.
Yep, that is very much proactive from Bigetron. They know Iman is in danger, so they come in unison, trying to really clear up that push and that pressure coming in from Geek Fam. And now it's going to be Beloyski caught up previously on the bottom side.
Look at them tied together, they're walking around. But, you know, the game has been so fast-paced, action all across the board, that I haven't been able to talk at all. And I think that's what Bigetron need to do, especially up against a composition like this. For Geek Fam, they want to try to play, well, they don't want to be super slow either, but they want to be slower compared to this, right? The pace in... Oh, wait, the Fredger's going to get picked off instantly. Oh my god.
Carry, oh my god, the shuriken, man.
Back again, though. They need to try to slow things down all the way from the early game as well. I think they took way too many fights, skirmished as well, and they didn't really put a lot of their priorities into the right place, right? They were still contesting for turtles, knowing that they want to try to get the Ixia enabled. Now that the Ixia is already behind, and Iman is actually the one with the lead, and even in that jungle department, Supercan's in the lead against Ray by a level on a Fanny compared to a Fredrin. So they have lost out on all fronts, and Supercan now is just doing Supercan things.
Escape things, man, in the mid, trying to bait out resources potentially, or perhaps trying to bait out spells as well. Take a look at him on though.
Yeah.
On the bottom side.
Can he burst Ray? Is the question. Let's see.
Hushy movement. You know, seems like just enough to gain space on the bottom side of the
Wow, Bob's Speedy Light will as well. Looking for the 1v1 against Ray. The final slash doesn't connect. So that was just Geek Fam trying to poke out. And of course, Bigetron with Supercan, like Agani said, it's always going to be able to, you know, pinch out all of the resources, all of the spells we saw that in the early stages of the game. Supercan was able to really fish out the flickers from Beloyski and from other laners as well. So Bigetron now has the priority. They got tier, they're looking for the tier 2 towers now up in the bottom side.
It's as easy as that right now for BTR. They have complete control of the game, 6,000 gold lead. Like you said, exact same thing happened in game number 1 in the 8th minute mark. 6,000 gold lead, though the difference is now it's not a Brody who has the power spike, it's a Fanny. I think it might be a bit more scary considering how much more tempo the Fanny has compared to the Brody. They play around, steal, jungles, and again put pressure onto Marky.
Oh my god, my goodness, that burst almost takes Marky down. But of course, with the man recalling now, Bigetron can put extra pressure in that mid. He pulled back, does not matter. He wants the mid as Luke trying to clear the wave. Super Ken jumps in with cables as well. Luki now flickers out of the way as Geek Fam trying to gain space. Oh, Daytona's welcome. Flicker as well. On towards Luke, forcing him to use the backside. It is actually Super Ken causing damage in the front formations of Geek Fam. And Super Ken, the drive-by, the hit and run.
Hey, man.
They succeeded.
Come on, what?
Whoa, that is with the flank as well. Bigetron Alpha, they are now really trying to find creative plays.
Non-stop action. We saw a man flanking from behind. Nobody expected that. He almost got caught up. But it's gonna be a Lord Dance now. It's gonna be Geek Fam still taking. Bigetron has to respond to this.
Yeah, again, Bigetron final slash. Time journey, he gets taken out. Geek Fam now, again, 5v4, a man up. Looking for the retribution, and Ray gets it. And Bigetron will have to respond with reset.
Even with the fast-paced plays by BTR, Geek Fam are still able to find the little holes in BTR's game, and the little holes are the fact that for BTR, they're not actually that good at Lord Dances, it does seem. So like they're not able to completely reset it, not able to completely utilize the side lane pressure that they have. But for Geek Fam, that only just means that they have a free ticket into these neutral objective contests. It becomes 50-50, and honestly, it's not really 50-50 when you have a Fredrin, is it? Against a Fanny. The Fredrin definitely has a bit more pressure to play with. Super Ken against Luke, and it should be 1v1.
Yes! Super Ken does not care. He solos Luke, even when he pops advantages in the bot side now, 4v4. Oh, Geek Fam, they're just running for the hills. And Bigetron, they do not care, even though they are a Lord down, they keep control.
Yeah, that Lord just doesn't feel impactful for Geek Fam as they stop it in the bottom lane for Bigetron, and that Super Ken 1v1 with Luke is always going to give them kill pressure towards the side laners of Geek Fam, and Luke was just clearing the wave, so it's not just possible for him to sustain that much damage with Bigetron now. They are coordinated, but yeah, I agree with Mirko that Lord Nan sometimes, that loophole that they have can always be exploited by Geek Fam, but it now becomes the conversation of how much they could utilize this neutral objective to swing the game, swing the gold, and probably just, you know, stem the bleeding, stabilize the game, and how it goes further from there.
Lucky for them, what they lack in Lord Dance potential, they make up for in their team fighting, because holy moly, these angles where they're attacking from have been ridiculous, and even for Geek Fam, or especially for Geek Fam, they've been really confused as to how to deal with all these different sources of damage coming in from all types of angles. Moreno, all of a sudden throwing the Eternal Guard, getting two members low. Ken constantly flanking, putting pressure in the side, and this has actually resulted in that Lord becoming beneficial. Not for Geek, but actually for BTR. They were able to get more of a gold lead now. It's 6K earlier, and now it's 8K. And remember, that Lord was taken by Geek Fam. But that goes to show that if you get the Lord, but you don't have any tempo on the map, it still doesn't matter. The enemy team will be the one to completely capitalize. And when we're taking a look at the items here for Marky, it should be the Power Spike, Corrosion Side, DHS, into the Malefic Roar. Though, when we take a look at man, bro, usually you'd expect the Thunderbelt early. He was so ahead that he just said, nah, I'm going damage.
Yeah,
I'm going big boy damage. Windtalker next, and then no boots.
Yep, no Thunderbelt built this time.
Because boots isn't on
battle as well. So for Iman, it was just a matter of him building enough damage to cut off towards the players of Geek Fam, but I think the fight is pursuing on the mid side, and Bigetron has priority in 3 different lanes. They're able to rotate towards the Lord as well, probably preparing for another Lord Dance, and now Geek Fam it looks as though they don't really want to contest this because they have Peel as well. Key stepping in the front line, not giving Geek Fam space, and now Bigetron secures the Lord pretty easy for them. They have an angle to end the game now.
I love the adaptation here, by the way, for BTR2, because if you remember, Game 1, see Halberd only on the gold lane, and man, on the Brody. Now, It's actually Moreno with the NOD and Supercat with the Sea Halberd. So no dominance ice still. They're relying on their damage dealers to put on the anti-regen effect on Geek Fam. Why? Because mainly they want to get Ixia, right? Ixia is going to be all the way in the back. Supercat is going to be probably the man to do it, to put that anti-regen. And Moreno is another member that can actually reach him. So they don't even care about putting the dominance ice effect from Key or Cerezo because they can do it with the damage dealers.
Yeah. Okay. This... I don't know. I don't think this is the final push, but okay, let's see. The initiation by Bigetron Alpha. They're trying to crack the base, right? Bottom side of the map. It seems like Geek Fam, they will be able to defend this one.
I like the adaptation here as well. They had a Brody last time, so they just went for a 3-wave push, but now they're actually building a slow push up top, shoving the mid lane, and then now pushing with the top side with 1.5 waves to get the siege done. Wow, well played.
See, Geek Fam, they will not be able to defend in the mid. Oh, they caught one member though, and that is Key. He will be taken out. He has immortality? No. Geek Fam again, they will try to stabilize with the Nether Realm as well, but they will lose all 3 base turrets here and want to push. But take a look at Cerezo now, soaking damage as well as Amon. Oh my god, Wind of Nature, everything popped top. But Geek Fam will be able to find the shutdown. Super Ken will find the trade on towards Ray, but it seems like now Bigetron will have no firepower to end the game.
Yeah, they hold the high ground there, of course, with the full barrage as well. It's going to be a pretty much heavy threat for Bigetron, but Luke will just chase down Cerezo. Cerezo is going to go down. No. Nope. He survives. He also has the immortality still, so he still survives in that fight. And Geek Fam hold for another day.
I mean, a bit too greedy in that. Oh my god!
What? Now you see him, now you don't moment. Now Super Ken again trying to be greedy, trying to find another kill, but Luke will survive. But what was that?
Oh, that's Super Ken, man.
He just flied with that cutthroat as well. It's going to be a threat that Geek Fam has to look out, because this Fanny with the Super Ken just is always going to be able to fly. You won't expect it. And the kill threats just coming in for Geek Fam. They have to be more wary about this.
And even the itemization here, usually last item, you're going to think of an immortality.
Yeah.
But knowing that, I mean, Ken knows that so far he hasn't been actually threatened at all when it comes to like dying. So might as well go for the anti-Cuirass, you know, a little bit more sustainability in these fights. Only Marky can really get to him with the full barrage, and possibly Luke in the side lane. So yeah, let's go for that anti-Cuirass. Meanwhile, now we actually do see the Dominance Ice, so 3 anti-regen items, NOD, Dominance Ice, and the Sea Halberd. I like it. I like the approach they're going for here. They go for the 2 guys that can deploy.
Now, Nether Realm force. Ray jumps in as well, trying to assist his teammate. Now, Bigetron looking for space in the backside of the map. Oh! Marky with the full barrage. The barrage of bullets gets Super Ken. And Bigetron with the conceal. What? He has the attack speed. He has the wave. A boy now trying to burst down. But Amon will have enough to take the whole base and the red robots.
The second you think they might have finally made a mistake,
that's a back door.
Ken with the overextend getting picked off. That might be the ticket. Meanwhile, Eman just says, hey, hold my cup. Man, I got you, Ken.
Hold my light wheels. He was able to just hit the base.
He basically stole the MVP away from Ken with that play.
Yeah, I think so. Eman is probably he's going to be my pick of the game, a player of the game as well. But that backdoor that he was able to really initiate, and the minions as well, wasn't really cleared by Geek Fam. They just engaged in that fight, and Eman was like, yep, I see an angle. I'm gonna snatch it. I'm gonna get it, and he did. I mean, it was looking